Hey everybody, welcome to Randy's Road Life. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. Just want to give you guys some clarity, some knowledge. Hopefully that will help you make a good decision in your life. That will help you make a positive decision that will bring about also positive outcomes. The motto of the channel is to have this information to help us make those decisions that bring about positive outcomes, and that's really the purpose of the channel, whether it being your faith, or it being your personal life, or even the industry that you're currently working in. I hope today this will give you some insight. Now, today is not a deep dive into the tax code, okay? It's not what I intend to do here. Really, what it is, what I'm doing is I'm drawing the comparison here, right? The contrast between the two. That way you can see why it's like this, all right, as opposed to the other side. So we have 1099 taxes, we have W-2 taxes, all right? So here we go. But before you do, please like and subscribe, and share these videos with your friends, families, other people in your industry, people who may need to know this information on your social media platforms such as Facebook and whatever else that you might want to do. And let's get the word out there. Let's get information and knowledge out there so other people can benefit from this. Also, even if you don't necessarily benefit from it, someone you know may benefit from it. So, okay, W-2. Now, a lot of us are aware of W-2, all right? Most of them have worked on our W-2 for many, many years. And we know W-2 is employment. Okay, you're an employee under the tax code and under a particular United States law. And you are protected as such under certain employment law, okay? So there's the difference. On top of that, companies as a W-2, you get benefits, right? Healthcare, vision, dental, life insurance, things of that nature. You're paying your state and local taxes, federal taxes. You're paying your Medicare. You might pay into your 401k. Things of that nature. So that's the benefit of W-2. And at the end of the year, taxes are very easy to do. Especially if you do your tax and TurboTax. It's just, a lot of times you can import straight to TurboTax. That's what I use on mine. Certain companies use TurboTax, so when you get your W-2, you can TurboTax will ask you for a particular code. It'll be right on your W-2, boom, and it'll all be on there automatically. That's a huge benefit for that. All right, so let's go to 1099. Okay, 1099 is you're a contractor. All right, you're not an employee. You're under a contract to do a particular thing, right? And under this contract, there may be benefits and penalties, right? Now, if you carry out these certain goals, these certain tasks in a manner to which is in the contract, which is, I guess you can say, lucrative for the company, there are benefits, all right, to that. And if there are things that are not so lucrative that you do to the company, there are penalties, and so you have to pay the company penalties. For example, where I work at, there's a certain amount of instances where I might have to pay a fine depending on these certain things that I don't do, and so I'm not an employee, I'm not a W-2, I'm on 1099, so I'm a contractor, right? So as a contractor, you have a binding contract on both sides, right? You sign it, and they have things that they have to do, you have things that you have to do, and so you don't really get fired, is that your contract gets terminated, right? You terminate the contract. So you're not really fired per se as a W-2 employee. Now, what you're seeing is a lot of these, I guess, Chicago and foreign nationals that come over here and they start up these businesses, trucking businesses, and they're doing almost all 1099. There are those couple that'll give you the option W-2, 1099, but a lot of them are only 1099, and it's easy to understand why. because it makes them less liable for you. Okay, they're less liable for you. You are more liable for the things that you do, and you might have to pay all types of fees, penalties, and fines if you don't perform in a certain fashion. And they're not bound by certain laws that protect you as a W-2 employee. So there's a difference. It's more beneficial to them, not as beneficial to you unless you understand the 1099 and how to use it properly. I know how to use it. I know how to do my taxes. I know how to benefit from it. So that I don't mind 1099. It doesn't bother me at all, right? I understand what my role is. I read the contract. I figure out, okay, is this stacked against me, or are there things in this contract that are setting me up in a trap, right? Because you got to look at the contract. You got to read it. A lot of us truck drivers, we come into a business. They throw a stack of paper on the table, and we just sign everything and go about our business because we're trying to get rolling, right? But can you really afford to do that? How much of that do you even understand? All right. Are you not taking the time to understand it? How much of it have you actually read? And that is important. I come here and I'm at a desk, right? I get this stack of papers and I'm like, look, give me time to go over this stuff. And I go through page after page, one at a time, looking at everything. Now, a lot of it's the same stuff you see everywhere else. Ugh, excuse me, I'm kind of tired. And so you become kind of numb to that aspect of it. But you have to be smart, okay? You have to understand, how do I do my taxes? And then not just taxes, but what in here, is there anything in here that puts me at a disadvantage? Because this is supposed to be a business partnership, okay? They are the business and they are contracting you to do work, okay? You're not an employee, all right? So everything is done in this company in my own business name. And that's what you need as a 1099. You need a business name, right? Go form your LLC. It's very easy, irs.gov, form your LLC. The state you're in, go on to the Secretary of State's website and do your declaration for your business, your articles of business and all that stuff. Download that stuff, right? It's very easy to do. Link that with your EIN. You're good to go. Make sure you download your EIN or you print it out. Have all that stuff because they're going to ask for it. And then go to the bank and get you a business account. Okay? Get you a business account. I got a business account. I got Matt 633 Trucking LLC. So when I do business as a contractor, like what I'm doing now, or even when I was an owner operator, everything would be filtered and funneled through Matt 633 Trucking and then into my business account. Nothing comes to my personal account. Okay, if I so choose, I can transfer money over, right? I'm all under the same bank. It takes but a couple seconds to transfer money back and forth. Very, very simple. Now this way, I keep my business account going. I keep my business going. That way in the future, if I decide to do something with it, I can show revenue, even though it might not be as much because I'm pretty much a company driver, so to say. But it still shows that the business is still bringing in revenue, and that's the important thing. So the only thing I do now is like work on your credit and all that stuff. But anyway, that's not what that's about. W-2 and 1099. So there it is, guys. W-2, you're an employee, you're protected under government law and things of that nature, employee tax law and all that stuff. And 1099, you're a contractor, contracted to do work, and you have to do everything yourself. You have to get your own benefits, life insurance, healthcare, all that stuff. You have to do all that stuff on your own, okay? Now, unless you want to have someone do your taxes for you, that's on you. If you're going to do that, you need to keep your receipts, things that you buy and pay for, all right? Very, very important. Whether you outsource your stuff to somebody else to do, ATBS, that was kind of a headache for me with them because they're very inconsistent. And so, but you know, if you can do it yourself, man. Here's the thing. I tell my son this all the time because he thinks, oh, it's hard, you know, blah, blah, blah. Look, if we gave up every time we ran into a hardship in life, we would never get anything done. Nothing would ever get done, right? Something would be difficult, we would stop doing it, all right? The world would be this world would be dead already if that was an attitude that we took in everything. So my advice to you, just because something seems difficult doesn't mean you can't learn how to do it. The more familiar you become with something, the easier it becomes, okay? The more versed you'll be in it, it'll be very easy. You know, I didn't know how to do my taxes the first time I did them, but I did it. You know, now I know how to do them, and, you know, it might be a little different me trying to explain it to you because I just, you know, it rolls right out of my head why I'm doing my own taxes. It's very simple for me. You know, I'm not sure if I can explain it to somebody else how to do it. That would be different, okay? I'm not adverse to that, but I don't want to mess anybody's taxes up, so I kind of stay away from that. But what I say is learn how to do it, figure out what you need to do, learn what the 1099 is, right? Go to the tax code, see what it is, and then come up with ways that you can benefit from this. Look at the law, look at the code, look at what you need to do to benefit from it. And that's the important thing. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. It just, some of us just don't want to do all the extra stuff that requires. Now I get it. Now benefits are attractive under a W-2. Okay. You're an employee in a company and you get health benefits, medical, dental, life insurance, all these great perks. That is great, right? If that's what you want to do, dude, that's great. I don't fault anybody for not wanting to be 1099. I don't fault anyone for not wanting to be W-2. It's really a personal preference. It's very subjective. Okay, you have to go with what is right for your particular circumstances. You know, do you got a family? Are you a bachelor? What is it you're doing? You know, all these things matter, and so that's what you need to consider. And so when you're looking at those companies up there and all these foreign national companies that you're looking at up in the Chicago, Illinois area, you see that they're mostly all 1099. And like I said, they're that way for a reason, because they don't have to provide you with all the extra stuff. They just contract you, you sign contracts. Here's what I'm supposed to do. Here's what you're supposed to do. Now let's do business. That's how they hire people so fast, right? That's how they hire people so fast. They don't go through all the hoops other companies do. And that's what they like to do, then hey, that's fine. You know, if that's how they want to do it, it's legal. All right. So with that, you know, I hope that helped you. And you're trying to make a decision right now between W-2 and 1099. Like I said, W-2, they do all the stuff for you, including you might get perks through benefits. In 1099, you really don't get anything else. I mean, you do get occupational insurance, you know, so there's that, and that pays out once a month. So with that, man, and if you have any questions, you know, hit the comments down below. Leave me a question. If I can answer for you, I definitely will. If I can't, I'll do my best to point you somewhere that you can get an answer, you know. So like it is always on here, man, is trying to give you guys the best information possible. That way we can make good decisions that bring about positive outcomes. That's really what it is. And I'm really heartbroken right now because my friend Trucker Todd didn't do a live video, and so I'm hurt. You could probably tell in my demeanor, I'm very sad right now. He didn't do a live video, and I was waiting all week for this. So anyways, I guess I'll just sit in my truck and mope and be depressed because I didn't get a video. Wasn't able to participate in a live video. All right, guys, peace.